Gentlemen.
Ooh.
I want to congratulate you guys for helping make this a milestone episode. Episode 200 is here.
Oh. 200 episodes. That's fucking crazy. 200 weeks.
How's that feel, Keys?
Wow. I don't know. That's I don't know, man. It's been a lot of good times, a lot of good episodes, a lot of issues. Not a lot of issues. Let me take that back.
No.
And when I say issues, like a lot of things that we weren't. There's a lot of things that came up that we weren't prepared for. A co-host that didn't work out, a guest or two that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Trying to navigate certain guests because they're not really giving you much.
Office spaces,
the office staff. Yeah, like coming up with topics week after week. Yeah, man.
How do we do it, man?
I don't know.
And we still show up every week.
And I've met some great fucking people from doing this podcast alone. Met some great people. Met some people that I don't really like either.
Yeah. It sounds like what you're describing is life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Shit. But it's just funny how like hurdles get thrown at you that you should have thought about that. Like, yeah, of course that happened. Of course that was going to happen. You think that was going to happen to you? Like, no, I really didn't. At the time, no. I didn't think we'd ever have a guest that would piss me off to the point where we're not posting that. Not fucking airing that.
Everyone's going to ask you, dude, where's the lost episode?
Never thought I'd be beefing with other podcasts. They didn't even know I was beefing with. They're fucking copycats.
And now look where they're at.
No, they don't exist. Niggas don't exist. Niggas don't exist. All right. That's great.
Here's to another 200 more.
Hey.
100.
No, I said 200 more, not 100 more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's over.
I've said this 200 times.
It's that random go.
More than that, because you fuck it up.
Yeah, we back in this place, and you'll never see us fall. Time to smack you in the face with that random go, y'all. It's that random go, y'all. It's that random go, y'all. Yeah, we back in this place, and you'll never see us fall. Time to smack you in the face with that random go, y'all.
You are listening to the Random Gold, the Golden Podcast, the podcast that sees gold.
Incoming.
I'm so sorry. Nathan, our guy was asking for work, and I was like, oh, I can get you. I was like, type, I can get you work, and then I heard, podcast. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Keith and Keen.
Beto tried to make it, but he couldn't. He tried.
Looks like you fucked up the intro too.
Yeah, I do.
That is karma.
Yeah, no,
fucking
literally. I was talking so much shit 30
shit.
seconds ago. Shit happens.
I could take it.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Listen, talking about 200 episodes, we've gone through some changes, but I feel like they've been positive changes, stuff that people wanted to see. Maybe they didn't know they wanted to see, but once we gave it to them, they're like, you know what, this is actually the direction you went is good. I can't say the same about Dragon Ball. Okay. The new Dragon Ball Z has been a staple in my house, and I think your guys' house and a lot of young men's houses for 20 years, 20 plus. Right?
I'll say it again. Exactly what I said in the text. It was really rad to see since '84 the buildup of the different shows.
Yeah.
I think I could speak for you and say maybe you as well. I wasn't a big fan of Dragon Ball.
I wasn't a big fan of Dragon Ball. I did watch it because the fandom back then.
Oh, cool.
Because Dragon Ball, if I remember correctly, it started coming on in between the Cell and the Boo saga. So you didn't have no Dragon Ball Z, so Dragon Ball was the closest thing you're going to get.
Tell me you think this is the hardest photo. Please tell me.
Oh,
it's
so hard.
It's top 10. Top 10 for sure.
That is just...
Top 10 for sure. I think I had that poster. But Dragon Ball Z, women don't understand why we love it so much.
I think women know now.
I don't think they do. Well, maybe like
the younger generation.
This new
Exactly.
generation. Yeah.
There's a for sure female equivalent of Dragon Ball, though.
What would that be?
I got to think. Like Barbie. For sure, like Barbie.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z is like our Barbie, right? Mm-hmm. So, even though being 30 plus and still enjoying Dragon Ball Z, they didn't understand it, right? Mm-hmm. Well, lately, the cracks have been starting to show, right? Super, as much as I enjoyed it,
right,
it wasn't that great. I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't like the greatest thing ever. But there were some really fucking cool moments. And I was like, even though it's not going to hit the peak that it hit that when I was a kid, I still enjoy this, right? The Dragon Ball Broly movie comes out. It fucking blows my mind. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. Dragon Ball Z ain't going fucking nowhere. This show can't be it can't be touched. This movie's fucking amazing, right? Then we watch. Then they released this movie called Dragon Ball Superhero. I think it's called.
I think it was. Was it?
I think it's called like Superhero or something. This movie fucking sucks so much dick. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was just a shit show of a movie. Drew he was already kind of calling it. He was
Thank
like,
you.
It don't look that good.
Thank you. I'm not an I told you so guy. I'm glad you're bringing it up.
He was like, it doesn't look that good. I was like, nah, Broly movie was too fire. There's no way they're going to drop the ball. Because honestly, Dragon Ball Z is one of those things where it's like Star Wars. It's not that fucking hard. We don't ask for much. We don't need much, right? The superhero movie sucks. I think it's a horrible movie. It doesn't exist in my brain. It's how bad it is. I hate it. I hate that people try to talk about, oh, it's not that bad. You guys are just
make excuses for it.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. It's shitty.
I didn't watch it because you guys told me not to watch it, and I'll take your word on it.
It's bad. I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting for a continuation of Super. The manga has gone pretty far. There's a new villain. There's like Frieza Black. There's all this really cool shit that we're waiting to see be turned into animation. And we get this announcement called Dragon Ball Daima, where Vegeta, Goku, Krillin, and Android 18 are all turned into fucking children. Who wants this? Who asked for this? I don't understand.
I don't like that.
Who you respect your audience? Do you think a 30-year-old man wants to see a bunch of kids? Do you think we're gonna sit and watch Dragon Ball Z Rugrats edition? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I sent this to our the guy that does our
voice
intro,
of the podcast,
the voice of the pod, Treasy 504, and this was his reaction to to the trailer.
I swear to fucking God, if Toriyama is like stepping away from Super to basically do some GT shit,
yep,
yeah,
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yep.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Why are they?
And this is from. I haven't seen a single person excited about this. Not a single one.
No.
I sent it to Jabril. He called me laughing. He was like, "It's done." He was like, "It's a wrap. It's done."
And that's okay. It's okay to put it down.
No, I don't.
You see, I think, and I appreciate and understand that you love a series so much that you just you want to have those same moments that you had when you were a kid. Marquis, you can't replicate that. Same way you can't do it with Star Wars. There's ways that you can try and play it out where you can have similar situations, but that's what made it so great. It's okay to experience the series that we had and just let it go. I think our generation has a difficult time in doing this. That's why you see so many spinoffs. Just enjoy it for what it was and just move on. That's why I'm okay with getting the musket, taking old Betsy behind the barn, and shooting right in the fucking head. It's time,
Old Yeller.
It's time to just shoot the shit and move on.
This is why I don't understand. Why is it when
oh my god,
these companies?
I forgot we're moving cameras here.
Oh shit! Yeah. Why is it's because the fucking conversation is so passionate? Why is it when these companies are hungry and people want, like, people don't really know what they are. They're fucking amazing. And I know sometimes it's because we were kids, so some of that shit you're blinded by. But I just feel like with like Dragon Ball, Star Wars, that shit is not hard to do.
Do you think some of this has to do with cost cutting, the thing that we're seeing across the industry?
I think it's
for the
not,
last 2 years, or do you think this is completely independent and separate?
I think it's not understanding your audience, not
Fair.
understanding it and not respecting your audience, because you think you can just shell out whatever you want, and they'll just keep. You can just keep shoveling them shit, and they'll just keep eating. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, just give me all that shit. Give it all to me. And I don't know. It's disappointing. I've never seen Dragon Ball in such a bad space, and it really. I hope the fans. I hope we can be loud enough to, get it to change. And then I hate when people say like, "Oh, you guys complain about everything." It's like, dude, I don't remember anybody complaining about Super. I don't remember any. I remember people being happy that it was back. I don't think people thought it was the greatest thing ever, but god damn, man, anime is in such a high.
Never been higher.
Yeah.
It's never been higher.
It's the highest it's ever been, yeah.
And the like animation and the storytelling that we're seeing is at such a high level right now. And Dragon Ball is just like, they just farting around because you have the biggest IP. You think you just keep farting around? No, fuck off, dude. If you're not gonna, like they did, you guys saw that short film, right? You remember that short film on YouTube where it was like a tournament where it was Goku versus I think Brawly or something. It was like a little mini thing they made.
Okay.
It was like a fan-made thing?
It was like a fan made thing where they kind of reset the thing. If you've never seen it, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
It's fucking fire.
Please.
Like that's somebody who understands that they made enough changes, and that's somebody who understands Dragon Ball Z. That's somebody who's a fan. So that's why, like, I didn't think I was gonna go on this big ass rant, but I just feel like they just don't respect the audience. Like they just think they have this $1 billion IP and they can just do whatever they want with it, and that's how you just turn people off. I don't know who is gonna watch that. Who is excited to see Goku as a kid, Vegeta as a kid? Don't get the man. All right.
You're not going to give it a chance.
Well, I gotta see how bad it is. It looks horrible. I have to see how bad it is, because maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Yeah. I don't see how you make that. I don't see how you make kids compel, like them adults turn into kids compelling.
Sure.
It sounds like it's just going to be a bunch of stupid jokes and just dumb. Like it just sounds dumb.
Feels like a weird reset too.
Yeah. Yeah. When you have all this material that you made, like I don't get it, man.
For me, Dragon Ball was always about the villains. Kakarot.
Dude.
Kakarot.
Dude. Like that's why like you don't have a good Goku and Vegeta are nothing without those villains.
No, they're not.
Yeah, you're talking about Z-Force, or is it Z-Squad? Excuse me.
Ginyu Force.
Excuse me. You got Frieza.
Yeah.
You got Cell. Yeah. I know you're not the biggest Buu fan, correct?
Not the biggest. I like Majin Buu and I like Super Buu and then Kid Buu.
I like Majin Buu. Yeah, I like the Majin Buu saga. So growing up, I had a different Dragon Ball experience than a lot of people. Not a lot of people, excuse me. But I was watching Z on Cartoon Network, but I was also watching the Buu saga simultaneously on Telemundo.
That used to piss me off that they got it first.
Oh yeah, I used to go talking shit at school. I'd be like, y'all don't even fucking know. These fools are about to be traveling in time.
And they would show like booby grabs too, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. They'd show Master Roshi being full pervert.
They like smoke cigarettes and shit in that version, right?
Yeah, it was way different. It was way. I'd be watching it with my fucking stone uncles and shit.
Yeah, no, my boy Javi, he says, "Oh, the Spanish voice actors are way better." I was like, shut the fuck up. Stop.
Oye, Javi, yo oí que tú estabas hablando mucho mierda, que yo no hablo en español.
Carmel,
y aquí estamos hablando mierda a ti también, amigo.
¿Quieres salir conmigo? Hola.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I was talking shit to Javi when he listens.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because he said I didn't speak Spanish, so I was letting him fucking know I speak Spanish. And he'd be talking shit.
I like it.
So his brother, that's funny you brought that up, because they were asking me to go see The Creator, which I saw yesterday. It was We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Anyways, they told me to come to the creator. They're like, oh, invite your boy Joaquin. I want him to come. I was like, yeah. And they're like, what is he, by the way? Is he like Navajo? Like, what is he? I was like,
That's funny.
I was like, he's Mexican. They're like, nah, get the fuck. Nah,
No,
he's not.
For real, what is he? What is
It's
he?
That's what they were doing.
This is a great topic of Latin American racism. So I am racially Native American. I'm Apache. My mom is
Okay.
an Apache Indian, but her mom was a slave. So she doesn't have any history of her family. Oh. And my grandpa basically bought my grandma.
What the?
And as a worker and a wife, and he was a northern Mexican Indian, and my dad, his family is from El Salvador, but they are Caucasian, so they've lived in the jungle for like the last 100 years, but they're white people that ran away from Europe during World War.
There's white people in the jungle?
Yeah, they're called fucking Nazis that ran away. Go to Argentina, go to fucking Brazil.
Okay.
There's a bunch of little fucking Germans down there.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're all descendants of Nazis.
Not all white people are privileged.
Oh,
No.
a good chunk of them are. I just saw, by the man, I keep getting off topic.
But
No, I love
just to wrap that up though,
Yeah.
yeah, like culturally I'm definitely Mexican though. Like
Okay.
my culture, like my mom's culture is Mexican. But for years I was like, we're not Mexican, because my grandma's a Native American woman. I was like, she's not Mexican. So we finally get the 23andMe and they're like, oh, you're not Mexican.
Okay. So they're
Yeah.
not, they weren't wrong.
No, not at all. No,
Okay,
they. But the thing is, they fucking sniffed me out. Like that's what pisses me off.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I kept saying,
they
I was like, dude, he's Mexican. They're like, nah. Fuck out of here.
No,
Fuck
we know Mexicans.
Yeah, they're like,
And
nah.
what else too is they're gonna tell me I don't speak Spanish because I speak a different type of Spanish than them too.
Jesus
Well, there's a
Christ,
lot of
like,
dialects.
Yeah.
of languages.
So it's a totally different thing. Yeah.
What? I never understood the race on race racism, because we had a girl from Africa here, Jenny. She was here on the show, and she asked me if I would ever go to Africa. I was like, sure, yeah. She was like, well, they wouldn't fucking like you. in
Yeah,
Africa.
I
was
remember
like-
that.
I was like, what?
I've heard that before.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck I do? like what? I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They think you're spoiled.
Jesus Christ. Real quick, I saw that movie, The Creator. It was okay.
Worth a watch, or should I wait till it comes out?
If it's on streaming, I think it's worth watching on streaming.
Yeah. Cool.
It had really good world building.
Mm-hmm.
I was super into it for the first hour. It just felt like it needed more rewrites. Like
Yeah.
The script needed to be touched up a little bit, because they just started losing me. Like towards the end, we're just like, wrap this up, bro. What are we doing? Like, and there was like too many emotional things that were happening. We're like, dude, if you think we care, we don't. We
Yeah.
are not emotionally invested in this. You haven't done it. You haven't earned it. We don't care. Like, yeah, it's not a bad movie though. It wasn't a bad movie. I gave it like a
7.5.
nah. That's too high.
7?
6.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
Yeah. Was it fun? Did you guys have fun?
In the first hour,
Yeah, cool,
I really
cool.
enjoyed it in the first hour, because, like I said, the world he built was really cool. It felt real. It felt like it could really happen. It was cool. I liked it.
Did the Washington dude fucking tear it up?
He's not like an amazing actor, but he's solid in everything.
I think he's really solid.
He's a solid actor.
He has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I think he could be the dude.
In the beginning, he did like he laughed, and I was like, dude, that's his fucking dad right there. He sounded
No
to the T. He
shit.
sounded just like him.
Cool. Super cool.
And every other time I was like, dude, I don't see the resemblance in them, but in that movie you could see it. Let's move on here.
I got one.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So a very popular podcast, Last Podcast on the Left, they are a true crime show that I followed for years. They are a pioneer show, one of the most important podcasts to ever come out, because the copycats are infinite of them.
what do they do?
So there are 3 comedians that they go into like serial killers, cults, alien stuff, like all paranormal stuff. But they do a really good job of doing their research. So they have a history guy who's just crushes. The dude reads all week and has a solid outline for the show. He writes the show. They have one comedian who does voices who's really funny. And the third was a commentator who was a political activist from New York. But said political activist Ben Kissel has now been outed as a supposed abuser.
When you say abuser, what do you mean?
He slapped his girlfriend apparently a few times, and he apparently also would grab women's breasts at bars, get in their faces, and just be a really grabby drunk dude. You know, and I have somewhat of an issue with it because it to give the readers just a quick like analogy, it would be like if one of us was an abuser and I would think that we would probably know because I'm not.
Can you say that though? Can you really know?
I don't know. That's so I brought it up on Reddit. I go, if the boys knew, should we not consume their show? Because like if you're like they're making $80,000 a month from Patreon. That's enough money to make somebody look away, in my opinion.
I'm trying to find.
I have
because listen, God, man, if you have a lot of, I know a lot of men. I don't know, man. I don't know the severity of this situation, but I know a lot. Like, if my friend, if let's say he's a friend of 10 years, right? And somehow I find out that he slapped his girl, right? Okay, but she's still with him. The only thing I can do is be like, bro, you can't do that, right? What else am I supposed to do? I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. And should I still be breaking bread with him? Probably. I don't think so.
I got a good example.
I don't think so.
I got a good example. About 8 years ago, I would say, I had a friend who got really drunk. We all went out and we came back to his house. I was with a girl and he was with his girlfriend. And I look into the kitchen and has her hair in his hand and he's slapping her. I ran to the kitchen, got on him. We squabble for a second and I kick him. I'm kickboxing at this time in my life.
Right.
So I kick him in his chest with a front kick and he goes through a fucking door. And I go, get the fuck out. The girls leave. And then I square up with him and we're talking shit. And as we're walking away, like we're swinging on each other and we finally walk out the door, cops come, fucking whole scene. The girl's still with him to this day. But that's not my fucking friend. Period. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to fucking put up with that, dude. I've hit a woman once in my life. I was 11 to 10 years old and I hit my sister or something like that. And my dad beat the shit out of me. I mean, he fucking whooped my ass, dude. Yeah. And I think that's a good... I was just going to say, what do you guys think? If fucking they knew, should like their show be supported by their fans still? Because like their fans are still fucking on it. I got pitchforked and fucking... That's
up to the moral compass of
the viewer, the consumer,
of the fans. Yeah, because for me, like there was a lot of stuff about Joe Budden saying that he hit a bunch of women and all that stuff, and I was still listening. So but none of it was concrete, but just.
These are still accusations by now, right now too. That's important.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
remember Rumble Johnson was having a bunch of stuff said about him too.
Correct.
We still watch his fights.
We did.
Are we enabling him? Are we?
Same with John Jones. John Jones, his wife her lip was all bloody, or
you watch any NFL game, you're watching 4 of them at once.
Yeah.
John Jones hit someone with a car that had a baby in it. Am I supposed to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might not have been intentional.
I think that it all depends on your like where do you stand morally, I guess, because Kanye was going on those fucking anti-Semitic rants, and I was still playing, everything I'm not made me. Everything I was still playing it. So it just
black skinhead.
Fine. Yeah, so should people? I mean, if people were still listening to them, for me, I wouldn't care them. I don't care because it's like I'm not listening to them. It's like it's whatever they personally believe.
After my encounter on Reddit yesterday, I am no longer a part of that community, and that show can fucking fail as far as I fucking concerned.
And that's your right, man.
Yeah,
if that's how you feel about it. That's your right. And
For
if,
sure.
if they still want to listen to it, they got to know that guy he probably be beating the shit out of his girl and grabbing titties when he's drunk.
He's in rehab now. He's apparently trying to seek help. Wish him the best. You know what I mean? But like, the thing that pisses me off is they were always really hard on dudes that would fucking kill chicks.
Oh, and I didn't know that.
So they used to sit on a fucking ivory tower and be like, "Oh, this guy," because that was the thing that made the show unique. Is they would trash talk the abusers.
You didn't. Oh, see, you should have said
Sorry,
that. You should have said that.
So they used to trash talk abusers all the time.
And
He's like a Democrat. Political activist, so he's always been fucking the rights of women, fucking all these abuse. Yeah, so he's a bitch, dude. Ben Kissel is a bitch. I'll say that on fucking record, dude. Whoa. Yeah, I don't give a fuck at all.
Okay,
please.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up. You were done.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please.
So I'm glad you brought that up. This leads into my question. Can you pull up that picture that I sent you? Okay. On the left over here. Yeah. All right, so this is my question, okay? And I got this from the Men's Room podcast and some other podcasts did it. They weren't the originators of it. Some other ones did it. Okay, you've been living with your girl for 4 years, right? She comes home and says her side nigga beat her ass. This is your first time finding out about this, okay?
First time you heard about a side dude.
Yeah, you have no idea, okay? You guys have been living together for 4 years. Everything was bliss from your eyes. She comes home, she's beat the fuck up just like this. Said her side nigga beat her ass.
Like, damn, he's gonna have to clean you up too. Like, you tripping, dude? Nah.
So you're not gonna go defend her honor? Like, come on.
I'm not defending her honor.
What honor? What fucking honor?
I'm taking.
That's right.
Look, I gotta look outside myself in the situation, dude. She got assaulted. She looks, dude. I'm heartbroken looking at her face.
I would help her contact the police, and then it would be with a broom on the way out.
I'm not even doing that. I'm not cleaning her face up. I'm like, wait, hold on. Who did this? Who did this to you? Tyrone did it. He beat you.
Why's he got to be black? Huh? Why's he got to be black?
My only.
She likes black men.
Yeah. She's clear. Yeah, she's with me. She likes black. Okay.
Yeah.
Levante.
I was gonna say no. I'm trying to think of like
Pablo.
We'll say Jeremy. Jeremy did this to me.
It probably was a Jeremy if you look at statistics.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking. I mean, I'm gonna. I have a lot of questions first.
Yeah. Go for it. Go.
I'm not going to.
You're gonna ask her questions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck is Jeremy? Can we get a towel first?
She doesn't need that right now. She doesn't need that, dude. She just got elbowed. That's crazy.
Is that nigga in MMA fight? Like, what's going on?
Oh, man.
No, get out of here.
Okay.
You think I'm gonna feel sorry for you?
Any physical, anything in the future as far as trust is broken. But I gotta look outside that, dude. Look how bad she looks.
Look how bad I look. You were fighting somebody behind my back.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
So on the inside, you feel like that.
Yeah, I'm broken. I'm bleeding and I'm broken.
So the broke can't help the broke. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, no. I'm
okay.
Yeah. So,
okay, I understand.
So you're not gonna go fight the guy, find him, beat his ass? No.
Oh, I'm not fighting anybody.
Look what he did.
I'm supposed to go fight her? I'm supposed to go fight?
I will.
He didn't fight me.
I would fight for a loyal girlfriend any day. Any fucking day. I'll fist fight for my girlfriend any fucking day at the drop of a hat.
Now, what did she say? She's gonna leave him now because he beat her up.
No,
she wants to be with you.
Her word.
No.
You're her world.
Her word means nothing.
Yeah, but you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say you only want to be me because I'm not throwing hands. I'm
not fucking two-piecing your ass. All right. Well,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, no
That's
problem.
a good one.
No problem. Is it fucked up to say an artist or like an artist, like a musical artist or whatever was better when he was like on drugs or depressed?
No.
Is that fucked up to say?
No, actually, I could see that. That's See, depressed is a tough one. I can understand where you're at a high level because you're very emotional. Then you're able to express that emotion. We're emotional creatures, and so we understand. We can relate with all the emotions that that we experience.
Yeah,
anger, melancholy, excited, enthusiastic. So when you have like those deep peaks of high emotion, I could see that. On drugs, I could see how you're able to chip away layers that prevent that. So no, I don't think it's outlandish. But depressed, like what type of depression are we talking?
Well,
suicidal.
A good example I have is when the weekend I dropped an album called. Oh my God, I can't remember what the fucking album's called.
Was it the black and white one? The one with his face and it's black and white?
That's like his first album. No. He dropped it. In 2015, he dropped an album. I can't remember what it's called.
Was it Evil, the one that he did with Future? I've been listening to that all fucking
No, not that
week.
one either.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Anyways, he dropped this one album. It was really good, but it was like more upbeat, more you could tell he's in a good space.
Yeah, mental health is high.
Yeah. Then I think he was either dating Bella Hadid or Selena Gomez. I don't remember. One of them broke his heart really bad.
It's a recent one.
It was like 4 years ago, maybe 5 now. 4 or 5 years
ago. Look it up, King.
But it's called My Dear Melancholy, like you said.
Okay.
And that's, in my opinion, his best album.
Got it.
Because he was fucking heartbroken. If you go to, he has a performance where he try to type in The Weeknd's call out my name performance. So he had dropped Starboy, and then he had released My Dear Melancholy in 2018. So 2 years later, he dropped that.
Are you a House of Balloons guy?
So go to the images.
This one? Oh, images? No, this is Google.
Oh, well,
this is
I guess
YouTube.
you could play it. You could play it. I don't know what party's doing it. It's like when he call out.
Oh, Jesus.
So call out my name.
No copyright.
It's not there yet. Anyways, if you go to like the Google images, and he's like, you can see.
Yeah, I can see he's emotional.
He is in so much pain in the whole album. He's just the shit he's saying. Dude, he's so fucking depressed.
I applaud him being brave to do that.
But what I'm saying is like
everyone
the best music comes from when these guys are really fucked. Kid Cudi, I love Kid Cudi, but his music. This is where what sparked this topic.
Sure.
I got into the car and it's like Apple Music's like, oh, Kid Cudi, new music. I was like, okay, I like Kid Cudi, play it. I'm like, dude, this song fucking sucks. What happened to like, dude, Kid Cudi back in the day he was unstoppable. He like was making hits at the hit, but he was on all types of drugs. He was coked out. He was smoking weed. He was doing all types of shit, popping pills, doing all that shit. But now he's completely sober, and his music sucks. His music is horrible now.
I have a counter argument to that though.
Okay.
Would you rather be Kid Cudi be where Juice WRLD is at right now?
Exactly. I'm happy for him, but I wish he would stop making music because he just doesn't have it when he's not coked out.
I think he should put his talent into TV and film. He shows real talent in that, and like, why not fucking go all out into it? I don't know.
He's not that great of an actor. I hate that I'm hating on Kid Cudi because I fucking love Kid Cudi.
Yeah, you do love Kid Cudi. I know
Kid
he's in your
Cudi,
top 5.
But his music lately, it sucks. It doesn't feel like there's any emotion or any feeling. Like he wrote that song Soundtrack to My Life. That is like one of my favorite songs. Like, I got some issues that nobody can see. Like, he doesn't make music so pouring out of me. Dude,
banger, dude.
He doesn't make music like that no more. He just doesn't. His music is stinky. It sucks. It's not good.
Man on the Moon 2 is like one of my absolute.
Man on the Moon 1 and 2 are just, they're no skips. There's no skips.
Those are 2 no skip albums.
They're just so.
How long? May I ask how long has he been sober?
He went to rehab in like 2017.
He was a really bad drunk. I heard word for a lot. Like I have friends that live in LA that are like connected to the scene that he used to be a drunk ass.
Oh, he
him and Klay Thompson, if you didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Klay Thompson from the Warriors, drunk.
He said he would he would drink some tequila. He would be in his apartment. He'll start doing some coke, and then he just starts walking around talking to people. He said he would do that all the time, and then he'd create music.
I believe it. I hella believe it.
He'd
Yeah.
like, and then go out. He was like, I was having the time of my life, but I was killing myself. So
tell me about your recovery. Is it difficult to go through everyday life?
It's
coming from addiction.
It's multi-layered. So it comes in waves. Best analogy I could say to that is I used to really have my hand in paint when I did drugs.
What does that mean?
I used to paint a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was doing street art, call it that, and I was painting acrylic giant paintings. I have like a giant Thanos, a giant Daniel Day-Lewis.
I didn't know
a bunch of crazy paintings that I have still at my home. But I was also killing myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the only way I could express myself was through the paint.
Right.
But now that I've recovered, my life has changed, so things are different. But I express myself through myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that may have to do with more of them being part of a fucking machine in terms of like, and they're all rich now.
Yeah.
So what the, like for me, there's a point where a rapper it happens with everybody, dude. Like I don't give a fuck about your connection to wealth. I give a fuck to your connection to where I am. That's my thing with hip hop. Hip hop always was cool because fucking it made me feel like somebody that I could hang out with was making something that they liked and that I fucking liked by osmosis. You know what I mean? Just naturally, you know? But yeah, I think it's a dangerous thing because like we'll celebrate these artists like Kurt Cobain's another great one. Tupac's another one. Like
Who's the Amy Winehouse?
Amy Winehouse. Fucking the media put them in the grave, man.
Yeah.
Prince, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They both killed themselves because they were connected to. They were an economy.
Yep.
They're literally an economy. People depend on them for fucking money.
Yeah, Mac Miller.
It's Mac Miller, exactly. You know,
That one still hurts to it.
Oh yeah, it's the Mac Miller one's tough for me. Just because like when he died was when I was like 3 to 4 months off of coke.
Really?
So that shit fucked me up, dude. Like and like I have a friend who's friends with him. So like he was all broken up calling me about that shit.
The reason the Mac Miller one fucked me up is because the way I'm sure he had some sort of addiction, but the way it came off to me, it was a normal Tuesday night for him. Or like whatever. He was he was doing some coke. I don't remember what else he was doing. But he was just like, he was in the studio recording music. He was going to sleep. He had a bunch of shit to do the next day. And he just took the wrong shit and it killed him. And it just like, that can happen to anybody. You think you're just partying and doing whatever. And
I can't
that shit hurts my soul. Just knowing like I don't know. Cause they said like they found him and his hands were like in his, like his face,
covering his face.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just fucks me up.
I can't tell you how many times I laid in bed covered in sweat, staring at the ceiling, trying to calm my heart down.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? And like, I just think that like as a society, we need to be more forgiving to addicts.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
I think we need a better system of dealing with them instead of throwing them into the meat grinder and having them fall in the street. But
they have to show that they want to be helped, though.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's your decision to use.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's a point where it doesn't become your decision anymore. You know, you're not making your decisions. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
Because like I'm quitting weed right now, and today's day 3, and like I know there's gonna be a day coming up where I'm a fucking asshole, and I know I'm gonna be a fucking asshole.
So why are you quitting it?
My girlfriend says she doesn't want to have kids with someone who smokes weed. And like there are real issues with like THC being in your sperm. And
really?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's links and studies to stuff. I don't want.
Is it used to prevent kids?
Yeah, it lowers your sperm count for sure.
Oh.
For
so
sure.
it was true.
It lowers your testosterone too. So like,
Really?
also like, I don't want to be in a situation where my girl's pregnant and she's got to go to the hospital and I'm stoned out my mind. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite verse in the Bible is, when much is given, much is required. So like right now I'm as blessed as I've ever been. My life is great. I'm as happy as I've ever been. But to keep this, I am going to have to work my ass off to keep it. You know what I mean? And like, I'm kind of there. I'm part of a Narcotics Anonymous group in OB that I go to every Tuesday that helps ground me. It took me 2 weeks to slow the weed smoking down because I was smoking like an ounce every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Or like 3 weeks, about every 3 weeks. And that's a lot of weed. And I just was like stoned too much all the time. And I was smoking just to smoke. I wasn't fucking smoking to get high. I was smoking because I wanted to. That was my normal. So now I'm all fucking spicy and hot and fucking like, I have like really bad little kid ADD. Like when I was a kid, they used to fucking send me outside and I would just fucking dart.
Really?
Oh, dude, I have it bad.
I think I have it, but what's the one where you can't pay attention?
Same.
Attention deficit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
same.
because I dude, I'll be playing the game. I'll do like one little section and I'll pause it and I'll go do something else. They're like, "What are you doing?" Or I'll start a TV show. I get 10 minutes in, pause it, go do something else. They're like, What are you doing?"
My YouTube history is full of videos that are like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I go back and
Well, it's official. I have fucking ADHD because I literally, dude, in the morning sometimes I'm clicking. I'll watch a YouTube video and it could just be the littlest thing. I'm like,
it's funny.
or I'll be watching a video as I'm scrolling for a new video. Oh, I like this one better. And then I'll be like, oh, I forgot about the other video, and I'll go.
Oh,
dude.
I couldn't do that. Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
How do you live life?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
It's funny. When I was a kid, they tried to get me on Ritalin, and my parents were like, "Well, we have this thing called discipline, and he's just gonna have to deal with that. We're not putting him on."
But see,
pills,
it never was a problem in school. I never had discipline issues in school.
I had a lot.
Just because I didn't like getting in trouble from my mom, it wasn't worth it. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't worth it. So, and that's why I hated when like sometimes the teachers did call my mom. I would try to tell her, I'm like, listen, I know the teacher's telling you this. It's not, I didn't fucking do it. There was this one time, I think I told the story before, the principal called and said I was doing all this shit. I had to go to, the principal called and said I wasn't going to class. I don't know why this lady fucking said that.
Oh, I know why.
I don't know. I don't get it. This is a black lady.
Oh.
She's black.
Oh, yeah. It be your own.
She called me into the office. She was like, why do you have C's and D's? Or is it because you're not paying attention in class? I was like, yeah, it could be. I don't know. I didn't care. I had a new girlfriend at the time.
Who gives a fuck?
Yes.
Life's great.
Yeah, she's fine as fuck. She got big tits. She got colored eyes. You think I give a fuck about mathematics? I don't give a fuck.
I'm just counting titties.
I'm trying to see them titties. I don't. That's all my brain was focused on.
Pi times R of that titty.
Yeah, but that was and I wasn't gonna tell them like, oh, my girlfriend's distracting me. No,
Of course not.
She's saving my 15-year-old ass. What are you talking about?
That's the last thing you want your mom to know.
So she called my mom and told him that I wasn't going to class when all you had to do is pull my attendance up. It made no sense. And she did this on a Friday, right?
Oh,
she did this on a Friday. My mom's like, "You haven't been going. You've been ditching class." I was like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, "I'm fighting for my life in this car." I'm like, "What are you talking about? That is so stupid." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she just wouldn't. She's like deadpan, wouldn't talk to me. I go home, my sheets are off the bed, all my posters are off the wall, my PlayStation 2 is gone. I'm like, "Yo!" I go out of the room. I was like, "Mom, I'm telling you, this is not true. It's not true." She's like, why would the principal of the school call blah blah? I was like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
It is,
but she, she's going out not listening to me. I was like, I just have to eat this. I had to eat this.
Please tell me your mom ripped that woman in half for lying.
After I came, so when I went to every single teacher and said, "Can I have my attendance records, please?"
My fucking man.
They were like,
"What?"
They're like, "Why?" I was like, "The principal says I don't come to class, and I'm here every day." They're like, "Oh yeah, here you go."
Easy.
Did it to every class.
My man.
The validation I felt. I didn't even say anything in the car. I got in the car.
That must have been so frustrating.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh
dude.
my God.
I'm
No, I
telling you.
understand. I understand.
I was like stewing the whole weekend, and I had nothing but time.
Because nothing you say or do is going to change your mind.
Nothing.
She fucked 2 days of your life up that
Yep.
you will never get
Yep. So that,
back.
So when I got home, I didn't even say anything in the car. I just waited. I just waited and waited and waited. And when we got home, I just handed it to her. So here you go. Here you go. She went through them. Yeah, that's what I fucking yeah.
So how does that, Stacey? I love you. Okay, but how does she try and remedy the situation?
I don't remember what she did. She obviously did remedy the situation.
Good, cool.
And she called that principal in. I could hear it. We had a decent sized house. She's all the way in her.
Right.
Tearing this fucking lady a new, like just going off on her, like just ripping her a new. And I was like, good. I was like, I'm glad that you're doing that, but you should have. And I still, this is like 20 years later. I still haven't let it go because I told her, I was like, if I was that adamant, you should have listened to what I was saying.
Yeah.
I kept telling you.
Right.
I was pleading with you.
Yeah, you can tell when someone's actually trying to make their case, or if they're generally bullshitting.
She just wouldn't listen because it was the principal, which I get it to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
What else we got, gentlemen?
Do you guys want to bring up the big topic?
We got videos here. We still got all these videos.
Or do you want to start off with that, Maury?
No, that's like a reaction one. It's really not a topic, so we can say that for the end.
Okay.
We could go to a dating topic or a politics topic.
Either one. I'm fine with either one. Let's do the dating one, and then we'll end it off with the.
So to preface this video, these people matched on Tinder or Bumble or whatever.
Okay.
And he got a reservation at a extremely nice restaurant.
Okay.
But she took too long and she was late and they missed the reservation. So he needed to have a backup, which he was cool and still like found a middle ground, picked her up, and took her to Cheesecake Factory instead.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Fine.
My only issue with Cheesecake Factory aside is the menu's too big. That's it.
The food's not that good either, but
It's
I still
fun.
like the
It's
place.
a fun spot. It's a fun
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
So this was her reaction when they pulled up to Cheesecake Factory.
Who is this one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look at
Oh, bro.
You're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
looks like what?
You want to talk about it?
Homegirl, I would swipe left on your ass.
I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
So the next video,
Oh, okay.
nothing much. Next video is her taking him taking her home, and he's like so kind and respectful and nice to her. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna take you home. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm just taking you home." And she's recording the whole time like, y'all, this guy is a fucking douche, blah, blah, blah. It never gets over the line.
Yeah, that's how I would handle it.
Yeah. He handled it very well. I have nothing but respect for that
You
dude,
guys
bro.
are so polite, man.
Yeah.
Now, I listen. I am a nice guy, okay. But if a girl did that shit to me, you gotta get out of my car, man. Get the fuck out of my car, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're.
I
Bro.
would have done the thing. If you're not going to get out the car, I'm calling the cops.
I'm calling the cops.
Get you out the car.
Get out of my
Easy.
car, man. I'm not taking you home. You're doing shit like that is so crazy to me that where my brain just goes, that can't be real. Women like that can't exist. There's no fucking way.
I guess he didn't tell her where he was taking her.
Who cares? Like, you don't know each other. Go on the date, eat the Cheesecake Factory, and if you really felt away, just don't talk to him anymore. Be like, hey, yeah, you know, I make.
Well,
up
I'm
some
saying
shit.
this could have been avoided if he just told her where he was taking her. You know what I mean?
That
Well, yeah, but maybe you know you.
But
don't-
I understand you want to focus on the situation. I respect that. I respect it.
I'm gonna go like you were saying. You don't think it's that big of a deal. I can see you taking somebody to Cheesecake Factory and not thinking it's a big deal. Like, why do I have to tell you? It's not
Absolutely.
that big of a deal.
Absolutely.
Same.
We're just going to eat.
We're just gonna go eat.
Yeah, that's like if I took someone to like Korean barbecue or something. It's not a fucking fancy restaurant. It's just we're just going to eat food. And you're like, all right, this
I was supposed to take you to Born and Raised
Like,
from the
what
jump.
are you- what are you-
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope that man, yeah, like
I got you twisted up.
it's because it's so fucking crazy. Like, why do you? Who do you think you are?
I think a really good
He didn't take her to fast food.
yeah.
I mean, it's only a step above, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
You guys let me know what you think. I think as a single dating person, you need to keep your expectations not
1000%.
present.
There
Really. You shouldn't have any
You really
expectations.
shouldn't have any. Yeah, you
Yeah,
really shouldn't
you
have
really
any.
shouldn't.
Actually, I play a game. I always say that I always anticipate the worst.
Oh,
That's
really?
actually I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like, this is gonna go terrible.
Is that a life thing for you? Do you think you prepare for the worst? It's a smart thing to do if you do. I'm just saying.
No, not with everything. Just with in dating.
One of the most
situations.
complicated things in your life. Women.
I evaluate all the situations, so it depends on I hope for the best and plan for the worst.
Yeah. I feel it.
I'm okay with stuff not going well, but I wouldn't be okay with that. Like if a chick did that, I don't.
have a-
you got to get out of my car.
I got a great bad date story. So I go out with this girl at World Famous in PB. This is like 2013, something like that. We go out for Monday Night Football. Drinks is like half off. Really good.
Nice.
A date's cool. And then midway, she lets something slip. She says something like, yeah, I really don't like Mexicans. She and I look at her just kind of like, what? Like I remember saying like, I'm Mexican, right? And she's like, yeah, but you're yeah. She's like, yeah, but you're handsome. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like that means you're not gonna like my tortilla making mom, bro. Like you're not gonna like my fucking family.
That's crazy.
And she had the nerve when I walked her back to her car. She's like, "Do you want to come over?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to fucking touch you." I was like, "Hey, I'm really proud to be Mexican. I'm really proud to be Hispanic. I don't think it's gonna work out. Have a good night."
I had a girl a long time ago say she used to not like blacks.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She was like, yeah, my parents used to, they would feed me all this stuff about black people, but
That's something that white dudes don't have to worry about in dating, and I'm gonna put that as is. I'm gonna leave it there.
hey.
Sometimes they gotta deal with Latin families and black families, but they'll be fine.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else. Did we talk about NFTs?
No. What's going on with that?
They're dead. That's it.
Yeah,
they're
it.
dead.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, they're dead.
So in that video with the Logan Paul, and this will be a segue later, with Logan Paul, the CoffeeZilla guy, he came with the scam thing again. And then I didn't realize like how many coins, because I haven't watched Logan Paul in a long time. So he's talking about all these different coins. And I'm like, coins? I don't even hear people talk about current that Bitcoin stuff anymore. And then I thought about the NFT stuff too.
Yeah.
All these blockchain talks.
The ape.
It was like what, a year, 2 years,
Literally
maybe?
a year ago.
Yeah,
Literally a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
I believe that every single Bored Ape is worth like 99.9% of them are worth less than $1 at this point.
And our boy Stevie was all over that.
All over it.
He was all over that.
The monkey, the monkey.
I wish you had the phone cord because I'd call him and say, how much of those apes you got? How much are they worth now? I'd call. I swear to God, I would call him right now and ask him because he was all over that shit. He had a different ape on his Twitter all the time. I own this. This is my. I think it's a picture. I'll screenshot that shit right now. It's mine now.
So it's officially dead.
It's worth nothing. I think Logan Paul said he had it. They say he had an NFT. It's worth like 11 cents. He paid like, I don't remember how much he paid for it, but it's like worth like 11 cents or something. It's insane.
I used to work for some Israeli dudes who were diamond dealers, and one of the best piece of advice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a
cool.
great first job. They
Cool.
were hella fucking cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Great people to me. The best advice they ever gave me was, Joaquin, how much does something cost? I go, I don't know. The most someone will pay for it.
Yeah, that sounds right. The mark, yeah.
It's that simple. If you're going to fucking pay for it, it's worth that much. But if you're not going to pay for it,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not worth that much.
Sure.
For me, I think that Bitcoin's for real. I think Bitcoin is going to always be for real because it has an actual mathematical...
When you say for real, you think it's always going to be valid? You think
Yes. So just like simplifying it extremely, Bitcoin is a algorithm or program that sweeps the internet for microtransactions that are worth less than a cent and collects them into a pool and harnesses them into like one core code.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
So like when you like transfer something from a bank, there will be a like 0.0002 cent that it costs because of all of the transactions that happen during the day have like a cost kind of. So that gets broken up and lost in like the finances. And then Bitcoin, the person who manufactured Bitcoin figured out a way to sweep it out. So like that's actually real.
So NFTs, do you feel that way too?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
And that's why they're dead.
Yeah, because they always said they were connected to a blockchain code, giving them like a unique thing.
I thought the blockchain technology seems so it'd be utilized in a good way because you could fake all types of stuff.
I'm gonna explain it real easy. Blockchain technology 0, screenshotting technology 1.
Okay.
So like you can.
No, I meant as far as the technology. I'm not talking about the photos because the technology is not just focused on photos. From what I understand, from what I understand, I don't know anything about it. That's why I never really cared. It's like blockchain, Bitcoin. Okay, that's cute. Yeah.
There was a podcast that they be talking about the blockchain. I'm like, I don't know what you fucking dorks are talking about.
Yeah.
And nobody else knows. There's a very small market that knows what you're talking about.
Right.
But the majority of us, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care.
But it seemed like that
way.
everybody knew about it though because everyone was getting into it.
It's fucking snake oil.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yes,
snake
that's what
oil.
NFTs felt like to
Right.
me. I'm like, this sounds like a scam that's just popular.
Yeah.
Like somebody's making out on it.
Right.
They're making out big on it.
Yeah.
Most stock stuff is scam. Most fucking bank stuff is scam.
Yeah, but America made that. I mean, it's America.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
you
never
know,
going away.
America.
The stock market is literally like, yo, we got this banking system. Let's gamble on it.
I saw Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more, and then we're out. I'm gonna let you take it.
All right. Obviously, there is big world news. I report the news for my social media account, Jaywalk Media. And one of the things we've been reporting on is the war in Israel. I think we are a pop culture and a comedy podcast. I have like some pretty solid knowledge of the situation. This video is from The Breakfast Club. A popular YouTuber named Vlad from Vlad TV is saying that Drake and Khaled, Drake being the most popular Jewish artist in the world, and DJ Khaled being the most popular Palestinian artist in the world, he says that their silence is deafening, and he says that they should speak out. I think roll the clip whenever we got time.
Is it the one I have up?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Drake is the most famous Jewish person on earth. Khaled is the most famous Palestinian in the world.
I hate the music.
But neither one of them has said anything about this at all. And people are saying, well, they're not politicians, whatever. They influence hundreds of millions of people, which ultimately has an influence on the world. And you're not choosing to say anything. And Drake, who has a Jewish mother, which by Jewish law makes him Jewish. But not only that, his parents got divorced when he was 5 years old, and he grew up with his Jewish mother and her Jewish relatives in Forest Hills, which is a Jewish community in Toronto. He had a bar mitzvah. And then when this happens, he doesn't say anything because I think that he doesn't want to potentially affect his record sales.
Bingo.
Why does he have to say anything? Why does him or Khaled have to say anything publicly?
They don't have to say anything. But I'm saying as representatives of these communities, their voices are powerful, and they should say something. Just like I have said something.
What are they supposed to say, though? But you're educated on the topic, clearly.
And they don't have people around them that can educate them? They have access to the highest level of everybody. You know what I mean? In terms of professors, experts, and so forth.
But even being educated on something don't mean you have an understanding of it to be able to express it. And you don't want somebody to craft something for you and just post it on your social media. And I've been watching celebrities all week, say some of the stupidest shit. I saw Justin Bieber post pray for Israel, but he put up a picture of Palestine. So it's kind of like one of those things, if you really don't know what you're talking about, you probably should just sit it out.
But you probably should learn about it because, I mean, this is...
They probably are.
Before Drake was a rapper...
I mean, they might not, but...
Before Khaled was a super producer, he was Palestinian.
Yeah.
Like, this runs deep.
So the one thing that video doesn't have that I want to highlight is Drake. A famous guy talks shit on Canada.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate talked shit on Canada, and Drake said green light on Andrew Tate.
Green light.
So he was ready to defend Canada.
Yeah.
You know, but he wasn't. He was ready to defend his nation, but not his race.
Yeah.
Which for me, you know, it feels a little complicated because for me, so as a social media content creator myself, I found myself in a really rough position this week because if I share information about the right-wing Israeli government indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I'm an anti-Semite. If I speak out on radical Islam, I put a fucking crosshair in the middle of my eyes forever.
Yeah.
So I had to send my family a text and I said, hey, I'm going to start reporting on this stuff. I have a chance of being doxxed. I have a chance of being beaten up. I have a chance of, I've already gotten death threats in the last year. Are you guys okay with me doing this? And I texted to my brothers, my sister, and my mom. And they all said, fucking swing away. I come from a military family. And free speech is something I'm very passionate about because my dad fled El Salvador because one of his uncles was shot in the face for speaking out against the government. And in a town square, dude came up and just blew him away, walked away. Nothing happened to him. Fuck. And my brother fought in the Middle East for like 5 years. And he came back with nothing but respect and love for the Iraqi people. And his worldview changed a lot when he was out there. My worldview changed a lot. When that war was going on, I read a lot of history, and that's what really got me into politics, was because when he was over there, I wanted to research as much as I could so that we could help him stay alive. And just because it'd be like, hey, man, we're hearing this is going on, that's going on. You know, and it was scary at those times. And the stuff that happened in Israel has really thrown me back to 9/11 because everyone has their pitchforks and their spears out, but no one has their magnifying glass. It's all about bad guys and good guys when it's good, the bad, and the ugly, man.
Right.
My point to make about Israel and Palestine is this. Both sides seek retribution, but want peace. That is impossible. There is no solution that doesn't have to do with them both being toppled at this point. And we have been supporting Israel for my whole life. All these right-wing Republican MAGA guys has been like, Ukraine deserves $0. We're wasting our money over there. And I've always been thinking, I'm like, you are so fucking new to politics because have you looked at our budget and looked at how much we have been supporting these atrocities? The last fucking 2 years, I have held back so many stories of Israelis treating Palestinians like shit because of fear of being doxxed and fear of being called anti-Semitic. And they treat them like shit.
Palestine attacked Israel, right?
Hamas, a terrorist organization
for
Palestine, attacked Israel.
And that's why Palestine, because like when, from a fresh eyes, this is why I don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. From me, when I get my information and I listen to that story, I'm like, that's fucked. How do you go to a concert, open fire on people, behead children, all this fucked up stuff? So I'm like, well, yeah, why would, you know what I mean? But then I see some other videos where like, yeah, well, Israel ain't that, they're not that. So when I have situations like this, I'm like, dude, this is a little much for me and I don't know enough about it.
Right.
to speak on it. And I've seen you kind of take a stance where you're like, well, you should speak on it. Like, you should get educated, speak on it. It's like, well, just from the little, I dipped my toe in for a second. I'm just like, I don't know.
That's overwhelming. Sure. Yeah.
I feel that so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I did not mean that statement that I put out to mean that. I meant that as all of these people in the last 3 years that have made their bones on social media reporting the news have tucked their penises between their legs and not spoken out about it, about reporting either side because they're afraid of fucking, you see, getting retribution from either side.
Right.
When it's like, bro, what the fuck are you in this for?
Right.
Like, for me,
why can't you just report on both sides evenly?
That's what I'm doing. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Just report the fucking facts. What's happening?
Right.
Like, it's not, and like the thing is like, oh, I'm not educated. Like, I have a good example. Tim Pool. He is a Republican commentator. Dude has talked about fucking getting Biden out of there, talked about abortion, gun rights. Dude will talk about fucking anything that, like, disparate immigration. But the moment it comes to mention something like that, he has nothing to say. And like, for me, if you're reporting the news, that's just a little wild, you know? But to that, like, the last thing I'm going to say is just like, everyone is ready to put out the OD, the mass shooting.
Yeah.
But they don't want to cover this because they're not educated enough. That is lazy to me.
Yeah.
You pop open a 5-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
And you're speaking just on you're talking about the media, right?
Yes, I'm talking about content creators.
Okay. That's,
I'm talking about content.
Because we're talking about...
You guys? No.
No,
you're private citizens.
I'm just trying to make sure that we're not talking about just influencers.
Course.
We're not talking about rappers. We're talking about the media.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And like, that is includes social media accounts like Puberty. Like, I remember Hunter Biden laptop thing came out. Dago TV popped Hunter Biden but a popular fucking social media site. Oh, Hunter Biden laptop, yada yada. So you're going to talk on some bullshit, but you're not going to talk about a factual event that's happening.
Yeah.
So like, for me, I just don't respect it. And like, you can come at my site. We get shit talked to us every fucking day. Come through.
And
You'll meet me personally.
That gives me a lot more clarification, because I thought you were saying like people should speak on, like, well,
right. No.
Because I was gonna say, like, when the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on, I spoke on it because
you're black,
exactly. But I wasn't going to at first. The reason I ended up speaking out is because I was seeing people that I knew say shit that was just not okay. I was like, no, you guys are just spewing nonsense. And I'm not, normally I don't get into like the super serious political stuff because it's just not, but at that time I was like, it was just too many people close knit to me. I was like, you guys are saying fucking crazy shit that's not okay.
And I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Yeah. I was very proud of you that you did that. Yeah. And you educated me as well. And so I'll always be thankful for that.
Yeah. And on the 200th episode, those episodes were important when I was a fan. Yeah. Like, I remember watching that shit. Yeah. And I think it's important to say too, like, Black Lives Matter still fucking matters. Even though that the organization is a fraud, and even though Black Lives Matter, Chicago put a fucking pre-Palestine thing with a terrorist on it.
I saw that.
Which is dog shit. Fuck them for that. Fuck them. Fuck their organization for that, dude. Because you are talking about free Palestine, not free Hamas. Because fucking people don't realize that all the money that goes to Palestine, 50% of it goes to fucking missiles and defense and shit, when it needs to go to food and water and jobs and infrastructure.
And listen, I think I told this story before, and we're going to get out of here in a second. I knew this girl. Her name was Evie. Mm-hmm. And I think I told the story before, and it has to do with all this situation. We were playing a drinking game. I think she's Palestinian. I don't fucking know. Anyways, somehow Jews got brought up into the conversation, and she goes full Nazi mode on this. Yeah. I mean, she's saying, and she just moved to.
She's saying anti-Semitic shit.
Oh, and we're like, Evie, you can't say shit like that. You can't say that. And she's like, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. You don't understand. You don't live there. You don't know what they do to my people. We were like, we don't. We were trying to like level with it. We're like, no, we don't understand. But what we're telling you is you cannot walk around saying shit like that. People It's not okay. You can't say it. But like with all this shit going on, I mean, that's all. It's all that. It's
I
all
can
that
I
shit.
can say something that is very scary to say, but very true. Both of these sides believe this to be the New Testament. They believe this to be an extension of the Bible. So just I'll end it with this. For thousands of years, the Middle East was tribes. At the end of World War I, it was cut into countries.
Okay.
That's the base of your whole fucking issue, is that they found oil and that they changed the oldest culture in the world that was doing fine as a nomadic culture. They cut them up. That's World War I. World War II, that part of the world sides with the side against us. And that gets lost in this argument. Because if you side with the other side from World War II, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. Then your country deserves to have some decisions made for them after the fact.
Yeah.
But when that happened, the country that took over conducted some of the most disgusting historical atrocities known to man, but it doesn't get talked about. So that all being said is both sides seek retribution. They don't seek peace. So I don't see them as able to work this out on their own. I think they need to have a big brother come in and smack them both up a little
Good
bit.
that you're on the pod, man, because you speak passionately about the shit. And I don't know.
I'm gonna get hate for it. I don't care.
I don't think you will.
No. Let's talk history, man. Let's talk the book. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, let's not fucking talk about your opinion. Let's talk about what fucking happened. So I'll leave it at that.
Do you want to play the Maury video and then get out, or do you want to end it, re-record?
We'll end it, then record it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Let's do the same for the fight video too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 200.
That's it.
I didn't. If you told me you were gonna end episode 200 on some deep shit, that's
sorry.
not fine. It's not fine. It's fine.
I'm now like, to the listeners out there, like
You're part of the pod.
I
man,
want
okay?
you guys to know, like, this is like my 13th episode. Like, you guys are gonna start seeing more of my friends. I'm gonna be up in this bitch. Like, we're fucking not going anywhere, like, at all. Like, we're fucking coming, man. I'm so stoked on the next year, and let's fucking get it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do we have? Is it? And I really like the way that you started the episode, and in the way how the pod has evolved you. I know you're still new in the space, but I like that you reflected, and that was beautiful. It was really cool.
It's heartfelt.
And what I've noticed is that you've grown so much, Keith.
Wow.
You're a lot of the way that early on I was chugging you along. I'm like, come on, man. And man, you are the face of the podcast.
100%.
And the voice. You're doing great, and I'm so proud of you. You're doing fucking fabulous work. You're doing better than I ever did.
Stop.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
No.
And I know a lot of people would echo that.
No.
So good job in episode 200, gentlemen. Woo! That was a fun one.
It was fun.
Very fun pod.
We gave them a whole full course meal,
they had the whole
man.
thing.
They got
had the whole
everything.
thing. They got everything.
They got some humor. They got some sass. They got some envy.
Yeah.
Dude,
This is why
Our shit's no joke, bro.
This is why it's called the Random Gold Podcast.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. We love you.
It's over. It's over.